Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. I know for a lot of you people, you're wondering, why is this weekend show? What happened last week? We had technical difficulties, a lot of problems. It's not a lot of news going on. I've given up. I think I'm depressed. I think, to be honest, to tell you, I was depressed for a while. I was in a slump of just, I guess it wasn't even like spiritually I guess I was drained. Like, have you ever, mentally, I was good. Physically I was good, nothing wrong with me health wise. I just I don't know, spiritually I was drained. I guess I just needed a break, and I went and I just took a deep breath and meditated a little bit, and I'm back on the fucking wagon. And I guess I just started opening up my mind to opportunities. And sure enough, I get a little mail, a little bit. I'm going to open this off camera just because might have my government. But I got this thing in the mail, and it's weird. It's a weird invite, right? Just going to open this up right here. I'm not gonna show I can't show my address. I'll dox myself. But yeah, it's just weird. I'll read it out. It says that I've been invited to the Squid Games. Now, I'd never played the Squid Games before. I don't know not too sure what it is, but it says right here, I've been invited. And there's a bunch of rules. I'm not going to read the rules. Just take the address. I'm going to show up to those games. I seen it says I'm going to be able to make hundreds and hundreds of, if not millions of dollars. I'm going to make millions of dollars. I'm going to the Squid Games. I don't care. I'll dominate that shit, man. I'm the type of guy, I have a friend that's an Olympic athlete, right? I tell him all the time I'm going to beat him in a race. I never beat him in a race. I always lose. But I tell him that I'm going to fucking beat him in a fucking race one day. Because I'm an optimist. I'm an optimist. Except when I'm depressed. Then I'm a depressedist. I'm a pessimist when I'm depressed, obviously. If I'm happy, I'm optimistic about life. But when I'm sad, oh fuck, oh boy, couldn't do shit. You can't get anything out of me when I'm depressed. When I'm depressed. But right now I feel good, and I feel like I could take on the Squid Games. What are they gonna do? Shoot me when I lose? So fuck it, dude. The Squid Games, nothing. What are we gonna play with squids? That little squid game, I don't know, like Mario Kart. I'll whoop their ass. What are we gonna play, man? Pinball, easy. If it's gambling, I got that. As long as it's roulette, I'm only good at guessing where that number's gonna land, or blackjack. But I feel like I'm capable physically. In the Squid Game, I quit smoking, so I think I'll be able to smash the Squid Games. You know what I'm saying? No, I watched this shit. I watched this show. Greatest show fucking on Netflix so far. Greatest shit that you can see right now. It's number one. It's been number one for 10. It's been 10 weeks running. It's been number one since release, which was 2 months ago. And I watched this shit, and I go, first of all, I had to turn off the dubs, the dub, because the Korean guys, it just doesn't, to me, I don't dude, it doesn't sound like it's authentic dub. I feel like I'd rather just read the subtitles, because, it's always when he's... the dubbed version of the actual, and a lot of Koreans are getting pissed that can speak English and Korean. A lot of them are getting pissed because they're like, dude, the dubs they're fucked up. The dubs already, it's all fucked up. And when I'm sitting at home and I'm watching it, and it's oh, you got to run with your life, and it seems so offensively racist, and it's probably voice actor Korean. It has to be. But it's dude, he has no idea what kind of inflections to put on his voice. I was watching it, and I go, dude, I can't watch it dubbed. I'd rather just read and and just watch the series while I'm reading. Actually, and I prefer now. I prefer now when I'm watching a foreign film. I can't do dubbed. I can't do dubbed because their lips will be moving, and then it'll be like, yes. It's like so much more, and you go, wait, what? You go, there's no way. Their lips will be like going like when you're watching a dub, or you're like even in like Dragon Ball Z and shit. I was like, dude, sometimes I can't deal with it because it's like lips will be smashing like they're saying something important, and it'll be like, no. You go, wait, what? He had to have said something more. So I started learning Korean. I'm learning also Japanese for the fuck of it. I'm just because I need to know what they're talking about, and the show's so good. I'm learning Korean. Let's just be honest. I'm doing it. Duolingo's got me under fucking wrap. Duolingo smashed into my house the other day and said you missed a day's worth of learning Korean. So, gotta join the Squid Games now, right? I like the show itself isn't that phenomenal. I'll just throw that out there right now. Just throw that out there. It's not that great, but it's just like it doesn't have a checklist of shows. Like a checklist nowadays of shows, you'll go down the list and it'll go, okay, we need a diverse cast. Okay, check, like American shows or North American. Diverse cast, doesn't offend anybody, no real right-wing agenda, hidden things, and like absolutely no subliminal message. Like, before they would have like the devil and some shit where it's kind of subliminal, like, I don't know, like you'll see like 2 and 3 and it'll be like, okay, that's 6 and there's 666 somewhere. They don't even have subliminal messages anymore because it may offend your subconscious. They don't have that shit anymore, which is ridiculous. And they just there's a big checklist that the woke libs are throwing into our media, which ultimately make the shows shitty. Reality is tough. Reality is not really. Reality is offensive, to be honest, and nothing portrays it more than the Squid Games, as like that first little scene with the red light, green light, and it's like, oh, and then the guy gets shot, right? And it's like a big like, holy shit! Everyone's looking around like, okay, he's just playing around or whatever, because it didn't really show that he was shot. Then his buddy comes up to him, right? His buddy comes up, and these are spoiler alerts. I don't give a fuck. Sue me. So what are you gonna do? Get offended? Good. So I'm gonna spoil it for you. So he comes up to the guy, right? He comes up to the guy, and it's his buddy, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Now at that point, he's moving during the red light, and he's like, "Oh shit!" His buddy's coughing up blood, gets shot. Then his brains fly out. His blood flies out into the girl that was behind him when they're playing the game. There's like hundreds of people, right? Terrible at explaining this. But then here's what I don't get. In that scene alone, once like the first 100 people are getting mowed down and bumping into everybody, wouldn't the censor sense that everybody moved? Because listen, you're watching hundreds of people around you getting shot, dude. It's gonna be hard to just go like this. You would be moving, right? You would be like, oh shit. I probably would have shit myself, to be honest. I probably at least pissed myself and been like, okay, like a small itch. Like people, and then the people were running away, like they're like, fuck, I gotta get out of here because I don't want to play this game no more. So they're bumping into people, they're smashing into, they're bumping in here left and right. So I don't understand. And then I think only one person in the YouTube comments in an obscure video repost was like, had the same feeling that I had. So I go, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Like, how is it that everybody didn't get mowed down in that scene? But again, you need the characters. That's a little bit there. And the character, that old man, I go, that old man has no room for, and he was smiling in that scene. I go, what is this old man smiling about? And I go, okay, he's dementia, he's demented, not demented, but he's a dementia patient. He's delusional, right? Fast forward, he's the guy. Anyways, I go, the whole series through, I'm thinking, this old guy doesn't need to be there. This old guy, he talked about his family, right? Then he talked about being broke. Then he talked about needing the money for his family. And after they left, right, they had the big scene where they voted to get off and then leave the Squid Games. But none of them, and I mean absolutely zero of the characters, the main ones, went into anything. Like, they never had an appreciation of life. Like, at least, you remember, like, Saw? Like, Saw is kind of similar to those movies, to the Squid Games, in a sense that, like, but after Saw, they showed, like, the person appreciating life. Because, listen, they just watched hundreds of people get mowed down, right? To be honest, I would at least go, you know what? This beer tastes, even though I'm fucking dirt poor, the fucking little ramen noodles taste so good. And they kind of tried to explain that when they had the old guy and the main character guy, you know, just having a laugh, right? But then they laughed jokingly, like, well, fuck it, we need to get back into the Squid Game. So you know what I mean? We're gonna die here. It's a lot worse. But I couldn't like get into that, like that I couldn't get into the seat of that being an actual plot or an actual reason as to why you want to risk your life, especially that old man. At the time you think that old man's doing it still for his kids and his life, even though he's going to die anyways. And you would think, doesn't that old man want to spend like the last few months that he has cognitive, instead of risking it for the game, to do it for his fucking family? Come to find out, he's the guy, he's the puppet master stringing everybody along. But I don't know, I like the movie, I like the show. I keep calling it a movie. It feels like a movie. I like it up until like certain points where I like Asian film. Great. I actually love Asians to begin. I only smash Asian prostitutes. My prostitute of choice is, I wouldn't call it yellow fever. I'd call it more like obsession, yellow obsession. I'm obsessed with Asians. So I am learning Japanese too, to be honest. I am learning. Gotta communicate with these. They gotta lower the price. But it's funny to come to find out, like in the show, like the B plot in the movie. I don't think Asians have grasped a B plot in shows, because they always go like, they bring in the characters, right? And like that little, like the little girl, like the lone wolf girl had another girl. In real life, I think they're a couple. They're a lesbian couple, which you could definitely see on screen. But they were trying to portray some weird friendship, and like, I was never loved, and she's like, yeah, you know, that sounds bad. Like you grew up without your family, but me, I grew up having to kill my father, watching him just kill my mother. So it's not as bad as you. And it was like, wait, you can't just breeze over that. And then she's like, you know what, you live while I die. And it's like one of those things where it's like, you could have stretched that whole scene out. You could have just did a flashback to her and just made it a little more like, because she just, no big deal. It was like, I couldn't feel for her. I couldn't feel for her dying, because I go, well, she didn't care that much about, she didn't care that much about her own life to begin with. Why should I care? The East Indian, the Pakistani or Afghanistan guy, terrible. Great token character. for all Koreans and one Afghanistan guy, great. Except for the boss scene. That was such a ridiculous scene where he's like, he had the money sitting on, if you're a dirty, shady boss, right? First of all, rule number one, if you're gonna fuck your fucking your employees, don't have your money that is rightfully theirs while he comes into the thing. Don't have it just sitting there, right? Oh, who's coming in? Okay, we'll put the money in the way. That's all that's all a shady boss would have done. He's got no money. But then he took the money, right? And then somehow he pushed him into the press, got his arm stuck in there. And the guy's like, ugh. It just looks so, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, what happens to him? Now he has to go back to the games, right? And because he's avoiding the thing. But he just got a whole bunch of money. Wouldn't he just go with his wife? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't, after that guy, left and sent his wife off to wherever the hell again, the side plots of the movie or show, I keep calling it a movie, the side plots of the Korean drama it goes shitty. Like you could watch a side plot of an actual movie and you go, that was a decent side plot, right? Or The Simpsons has shows where it's the A plot and B plot, and you can go, they kind of mend in together and kind of make sense at the end. Dude, I'm still fucking, after season 1 of this Squid Games, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck his family was up to, right? What is his family gonna do? The dude's dead, right? But he's fucking died with a pocket full of rocks in his fucking keychain, right? What happened to that guy? What is his family? And to be honest, I don't give a fuck that much, but it has to be asked, right? Has to be asked. And then I put this on Twitter, right? It's a good show to begin with. Yeah, but it's an average show, to be honest. It's great that it's number 1, but dude, we've been starved for so long with this woke culture that shit like that gets to the top, right? What else is there? The Alice in Borderlands. This is why I'm learning Japanese, because I thought that girl was fucking so cute. She's cute. The Korean girl's cute too, but oh my god, the Korean girl's so cute. But I like the girl that got killed right at the beginning. She was a cute girl too. Or the girl that was fucking that loser guy. Oh, that girl was fucking sexy. She was like a model, right? Just a model that's fucking everybody. And even the guy was kind of cute. The attractive guy friend of his. He looked like an anime character. He looked fairly cool. But I'm just daydreaming about how sexy these Japanese people look. But that show started first, right? Alice in Borderlands came out a year ago. Squid Games came out a couple months ago. I don't want to say this, but I'm pretty sure the fucking Squid Game people stole from the Japanese. And come to find out, I had to search this up, right? I searched this up. Do the Japanese people like the Koreans? And it's 75% of Japanese people hate the Koreans. 75% of the people in Japan also hate the Filipinos. And you know what? It's weird. It's weird that I was like, what the hell? And then this guy was telling me, a Filipino guy, that actually my landlord's family, he came in here, I think yesterday. He was just telling me that, and I was like, cause I was reading this Trevor Noah book, Born a Crime, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy. Black people back in the day hated colored people, right? Mixed. And he was like, yeah, that's crazy. I would never thought that until I went to fucking Philippines, and or come to find out a Japanese person hates the shit out of Philippines. Never knew that. And he's like, yeah, I had a buddy, right? Buddy went to Japan, right, and trying to find some prostitutes. And it was this Japanese prostitute said, no, we don't fuck Filipinos. And he goes, why? It's because we think of them as less than. So I don't know. That's a little bit of lore for the Asians, I guess. A little bit of I just think it's so weird, right? Because you'd go man, they're such civil people, right? They're such people of advancement and technology, right? And they're smart, and you would think, no way they can succumb to tribal shit. But oh, it's so tribal. It's actually ridiculously tribal. But then you look back at it, all of the black people hating black people. You literally, black people hate more black people. White people, most crimes against white people are white people. And in Japan and Asia, Asians hate Asians the most. It's just different kinds. Like, I'm sure the rich white guy hates the shit out of like redneck motherfuckers. The left and the right are battling their own self. Crips and the Bloods and the blacks. And then East India, dude, it's actually weird in East India. Cause like, dude, I call my buddy, like, we used to joke all the time that he had grenades in his turban. This was the most offensive joke that you could say. In elementary, we were doing this in elementary. And like, because my buddy was like, he's got grenades in his turban, and it became an ongoing joke, and he would joke about it too. Like my buddy that had the turban, Bhavin, he'd go, yeah, I got fucking grenades in my turban. You better watch. Don't fuck with me. That's what he would say. He'd be like, don't fuck with me. It became like that. But then I'd call him like Afghanistan or Pakistan, and he'd go, don't ever fuck. And it would never be funny for him, because he'd be like, don't fucking call me Pakistan. I'm Punjabi, you motherfucker. And he was like, spit on the ground, like, I ain't fucking Afghanistan, all right? Those fucking towel heads, that ain't me, dog. And I go, oh geez, calm down, bro, calm down. We're just kicking jokes, right? But I never got that, especially black people. That we don't get that. I don't think at all either. I don't think a Jamaican guy has a real hard time with an African guy, unless it's like, unless they're dealing drugs, you know what I mean, and they're part of a different gang. I think it's more gang shit, more like two different blocks. You know what I mean? If you're from the different block, if you're from East Coast, he's from West Coast, that's a problem. We're gonna have Houston. We're gonna have a problem here. How did I get onto this? Oh yeah, but I truly believe that that the Squid Games stole from Alice in Borderlands. Dude, such parallel games. They're the games. Oh my god. Almost dropped my hat. Parallel games in the sense that like it's just child games that in Alice in Borderlands they're playing like tag and hide and go seek, and then in Squid Games they're playing like, you know, red light, green light. We're gonna rewind back to the Squid Games. That last game that they had where they had to run across the panes of glass, that in itself eliminated every single person except the last few, right? That, like, isn't that such a, like, you can never believe that game would be fair. And in Squid Game, right, the games are supposed to be fair, but the first person that goes, the guy that was doing math was calculating it. He's like, I used to be in math. And again, the subplot was like, right before he's like, I did math before. It was like, I was teaching math before. It was like, so like, it was obviously guided for him to go and then do the calculations in his head at how many times, how much of a percentage of chance of him to pass each pane of glass would be. And it was so corny. And he's like, it's 1 in like a million or someone in some dense number of surviving each guess correctly. So it goes to show, like, out of whoever picked the first maybe 15 out of like 30, it was like 30 people, whoever picked the first 20 or so, instantly dead, insta dead. It doesn't even matter. So it's kind of silly to think that it's like the game of whoever goes first dies instantly. So that game's not fair. That's not a fair game, because the person that has the last has the best chance of surviving. But Alice in Borderlands, that game, tag, or no, was it hide and go seek? That game, I truly thought that the game to win in that game, to win, is if they all looked at each other. You know what I mean? What if they were just all looking at each other constantly and it was going like that? It's going in a circle. So the time would go out, and that's a way to win. Wouldn't it be a way to win? And the guy killed all his friends, I think. If they were just constantly all looking at each other, right? In the second that it all should have blown up, it would have been spinning. I would have thought, like, I truly would have believed that should have been a way to get all his friends and the thirsty bitch back to life so that he didn't have to kill them. But I don't know, maybe that might come out in season 2. I'm pretty sure China watches me. It's just for ideas. They don't watch me for anything other than just scoping out ideas. But China, it wouldn't even matter because it's Japanese programming. But yeah, I'm trying to learn Japanese because I want to kind of fully understand these types of shows. I want to fully understand the whole, like, the complex. Because Alice in Borderlands is great, and I had to turn off the subtitles because goddamn, dude. Oh yeah, I don't know what to do. Like, how does it sound like a samurai actor? Like, how does it sound like a guy that's just like making sushi all day? These are kids. It's like little Ungagi, whatever the guy's name was, the main character. Little guy like this, and he sounds like, oh, I must avenge my friends. Oh, like, what does he sound like? He sounds nothing like that as his actual. And then once you turn on the subs and put on their actual original the original Japanese dub, it sounds great. Like, it's great to hear shit that I can't understand, at least because it's believable in their voice. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm kind of annoyed about the Asian dubs. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's always this. It's like two guys that can do that. Oh, that's very frightening. And it's like, dude, he's fucking like watching his friend die, dude. Like, you gotta sell it a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, watch those two shows again. China, once again, Asia, kicking our fucking ass as far as like pushing the limit goes. As far as now drama, we used to have. Remember when Hollywood was a thing? Now Hollywood's a joke. You know, woke culture killed Hollywood. Hollywood killed themselves. These people with the fucking blue dyed hair, you know, telling us that fucking Ghostbusters was good. I can't believe that Ocean's, what was it? I don't know. Ocean's 10, Ocean's 9 wasn't good. I think they're having new James Bond as a black girl. I'll be honest, man. It's like some of like you know, this whole woke culture. It's not racist. I don't feel like I'm racist being disappointed that James Bond is gonna be a black woman. Why? It would be cool if it was Idris Elba, and he was like, you know what? I would accept Denzel Washington's character from Training Day. It's just mad niggerish. If he just came up like, "What's up, niggas?" It's like, "Hey, Mr. Bond, it's motherfucking James Bond to you, nigga." just slapping the dominoes out of the boy's hands. And I would accept that a lot more than a black female James Bond. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if it's actually a James Bond female. I just heard from racist websites that it's she's gonna like steal, like, what's his name's bike and shit. So stupid. But I would prefer an actual man in James Bond, because I don't want to see a female do like Black Widow and, like, you know, what was it, Salt or whatever, that fucking new movie with and it was good, I guess, Lucy or something like that. Like, it's like just seeing a female do incredible shit that beats up. Like, but I go, it's not Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee was how many years ago? How many years ago was Jet Li and Jackie Chan? And then it's like watching a female do that. It kind of looks cool. She does the splits, punches a guy in the crotch. We've seen that in Johnny Cage, right? Johnny Cage's big thing in Mortal Kombat. He does the splits, punches fucking the Grogu, the big 8-arm guy, in the fucking balls, and that's how he wins the battle. There's only so many times I could see Rey Mysterio's move done by Scarlet Witch, where, you know, the Hurricane Rana, where, you know, in Seguri, where he wraps the legs, she wraps around the legs and flips the guy and grabs into an arm bar or something. It's like, we've seen this with men for so long. It's like watching the females finally learn how to dunk, you know? And this isn't sexist. It kind of is. I actually couldn't do that with a straight face. It's kind of fucking sexist. It's pretty fucking sexist, I'll be honest. But I just feel like, man, like, can a woman do something new? Patrice O'Neal had a joke, right? And he's dead, I know this. But he had a funny joke, and I think this is true. Like, if women weren't trying to be like men so much, they can develop their own fucking personality, dog. They can be their own person. They stop trying to, like, women singers, great. Love women singers. They've blossomed into the women singers, and men can make the joke, oh yeah, the sirens are luring you into their crate. But again, it's jokes. Toughen up, women. You know, like the mermaids, the singing in the sea and shit. Women, a lot of women sing. They're good at singing. And that's one thing that they're good at. Now branch off into that, women. Do something with it. Make something. You can't all be singers. You know, they started dancing. And the dancing eventually led to just twerking. It eventually led to just shaking their hips, which, again, do something with it though. Like, there's some good dancers that are female, but let's be honest. If we're not sexual, if we're just watching, you know, we're just watching the dance moves. Jabberwockies are fucking amazing, dog. Jabberwockies, bro. And to be honest, if we're just talking about singers and we're not talking about like a breakup song or even a breakup song, dude, I think guys have it. You know, even Meatloaf, he was, yeah, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. You know what I'm saying? Shoddy. Women, you know, sing like, you know, do you know what? Actually, Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You" was a pain. You know, that was painful. But goddamn, dude, My Prerogative got me. You know, that's the thing that she will always love. You know what I'm saying? My Prerogative. Everybody's top. So I gotta put, you know, once again, I think men did it better. Even down to when suicide. If we rule in suicide, I read a statistic that females are 4 times more likely to attempt suicide than men, but men are twice as likely to succeed. Chalk up another win for the fucking boys, dog. Like, it just is what it is. It is what it is. We are doers. You know what I mean? And thinkers. We're doers and thinkers. Women are followers. Right? Oprah, she still follows Stedman. Stedman's in her ear telling her what to do. Come on, son. Behind every powerful woman is a much more powerful man. Much more. It's not, and again, it sounds sexist, but these are jokes. Come on. I watched the Dave Chappelle show. Oh, dude, so many people mad. Dave Chappelle, so many people. They're up in arms, and a whole bunch of people from Netflix, all the transsexual activists, LGBTQ space. I seen a meme on the other day saying that by the year 2022, the LGBTQ plus acronym is going to wrap around the world 3 times. And I believe it. I believe that. I believe that it's getting out of hand. They added the 2S, which is 2 spirits. It's bipolar, buddy. It's bipolar. You have two spirits inside you. You're bipolar. I'm sorry. And I know what bipolar is because I'm fucking bipolar, bro. I got the medication. Who said that? that's the corniest. Holy fuck, that's the corny joke. But yeah. So many people are so mad with Dave Chappelle. And to be honest, man, fuck him. I say fuck him. He made such careful jokes. Same guy that made a joke about a baby selling crack baby selling crack. Baby, what are you doing? I'm out here selling drugs. You want some weed? Crack baby selling drugs. He made a joke like that. That was way back in the day. But now he made some fucking pretty good jokes, fairly good. But it was tame Dave Chappelle. It was Dave Chappelle that we expect in this culture that he has to slow down a little bit. But he did make some good jokes about a whole lot of shit, and crafted to the point where you can't really get offended, because he had a good friend that he talked about that was transsexual. I think that was as careful as you can make jokes. And if we're gonna say Dave Chappelle can't make jokes anymore, then I think every comedian has to say, well, dude, he's at this time, he's the GOAT. He's the guy as far as the best comedian goes. And if people can't not get offended by him, then I don't know who, like he's the best comedian. It's like trying to cancel Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? He's the guy. He's the greatest right now at the time. And Michael Jordan at the time. They're just like, hey, listen, someone coming up on the court, like, someone was offended about, because you trash talk too much. Michael Jordan was known for trash talking. He was known for getting up in people's heads, saying, you a bitch, you ain't gonna do shit. I'm the greatest. You know what I'm saying? You don't make me mad, motherfucker. Don't step on my toes. And then as soon as you talk trash back, he goes and scores 50 points on you. And you're on you. He'll like literally dodge all his defenders and then score on you, right? Now imagine if some guy on the reporter was like, hey, we talked to a lot of players, Michael Jordan, and if you talk trash again, you're gonna get banned from the NBA. Sorry, you're gonna be canceled. And he goes, fuck off. Oh, offended. Boom, canceled Michael Jordan. Literally, they're trying to do that with Dave Chappelle, and it's weird because it was his last special. He said for a while, because voluntarily he knew, or mentally or whatever. Yeah, whatever the fuck I'm talking about. He knew deep down inside that people are gonna not leave it alone. So again, jokes are the worst thing that can be heard now. But actual violence in the trans community isn't being talked about. Actual suicide in the trans community isn't being talked about. Like I heard, 40 to 50% of people dealing with suicide, right? Which I would think, man, like I would want to be a friend of the trans community. I would love to. But holy shit, dude. It would be tough. It would be really tough to get anywhere. I'm a guy that jokes. I joke a lot. I joked about fucking joining the Squid Games and being optimistic. I joke about dumb shit. People could, I'm sure if someone read my thing and said, dude, you got cancer, I would make a joke about it. I'd go, cancer? I'd go, at least it's not COVID. Something stupid. Just, it's lighten. I'm laughing. That's why I'm so healthy. And laughter is the best medicine, right? I double dose on laughter all the time, every day. Every day I'm laughing. I'm laughing so much all the time. Except to the bank. I don't laugh to the bank. I go, dude, I'm in serious financial problems right now. Oof. Thinking about joining the Squid Games. That's how bad my debt is. But yeah. I was like, where the hell was I going with this? I was going somewhere. Oh yeah, people want to make fun of things. I get that people, for the longest time, I used to think that every joke about being a black person was offensive because I'm black. But then I go, dude, I love jokes about I love jokes about fucking Jews. I love fucking two Jews fucking in a bar. It goes, so who's paying for this? That's terrible. It's offensive. And I the weird thing is that they don't have a sense of humor. The people that get offended don't. I want to see what they joke about. I want to see in a dark room where nobody's being recorded, the woke culture truly laughing at something. Like, is it child humor? Is it like SpongeBob? Like, really, it has to be really fucking deadpan kind of not deadpan, like, not, I don't even think they could watch The Office and not get offended. You know what I mean? Like, there's some pretty funny fucking things in The Office that now would be looked at as fucking alt-right Nazi symbols, which it sucks, you know, because I love calling women bitches. I love the joke of like, oh yeah, we should respect the shit out of Michelle Obama. Yeah, she's great and she's this and she's that. Yeah, I just love that bitch. You know, it's just funny to just say shit like that. And it's not like we mean it. I don't think Dave Chappelle truly means that he's gonna, you know, talk to his transsexual friend's daughter and say, yeah, your father was a great woman. I don't think he'll actually do that. And if you actually truly believe he will do that, I think you should kill yourself. I think you should fucking do it. You should fucking be another statistic, you piece of shit. And this isn't calling to violence, it's calling to violence against yourself. Go kill yourself, guys. Jump off a fucking bridge. How dense are you? Like, and I mean this with all due respect. If I had a problem with something in life, there's a great resource in Netflix to just push the button and turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I don't think you have to. I don't think, like, there's, back in like the 60s and 70s, there was one channel. And that one channel could not be offensive. But even then, they did a lot of fucked up shit. Like racism, to be honest. A lot of stuff on TV that was racist. A lot of blackface was going on too. But oh yeah, and they would be like, fuck a faggot. They would have like fuck a faggot jingles on commercials, like for condoms or something like that. And when you fuck a faggot, put on Durex, shit like that. That's what they had. I mean, it's not 100% accurate because I wasn't in the time zone, but there was a lot of fucking crazy shit, talking about what is now known as the LGBTQ community. But they would go like, lesbians were witches and shit. Like, they would throw out that, and that was the media. That was you guys at this time. So stop overcorrecting what the people are brainwashed from the media back in the day. Especially like a 60, 70-year-old guy that goes like, man, I remember watching TV and they did not put up with any type of faggotry. Gays, lesbians, these fucking, you know what I'm saying? Transvestites. We used to be transvestites. Then they upgraded. They evolved. And this is what, like, a guy that was like 60, 70 years old, like, you can't expect him to be inclusive. An old guy that's just like, dude, the media back in the day fucking said, like, it was like you couldn't trust certain types of people. There were campaigns for like not trusting Japanese people, after Pearl Harbor, bro. Like, get out of here. Like, actual, like, hey, better spy on your Asian neighbor. It was legit like that. That's what the media had. There was newspapers about, like, when you go to war, it's better to use the black keys. And this was like actual fucking, like, Disney. You gotta use the black keys if you want success at your war. Because people were so afraid at the time to let black people into war because they thought they would betray them. They thought they would betray their own country. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's how bad it was. So let's be honest. That's what the media was. And for the longest time, the media has been pulling strings at the mercy of us, at the people. So we just eat up whatever they want. We do whatever they say, and we're subjected to everything except criticizing them. We're not allowed to do that. But Lord forbid when one guy does his own thing and becomes a part of a guy that has influence, like Dave Chappelle, or even little fucking Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart got shut down from the Oscars. Poor Kevin Hart. Why can't he? Because he said he's gonna smash his gay son over the head with the dollhouse. It was a bad joke. To be honest, it was a bad joke. I'll be honest. It was not a good joke. Like, it wasn't well crafted. It was kind of, you seen it from a mile away. You go, okay, what are you gonna set up? It's like a punchline. And you go, okay, where are you going with this? It's you and your gay son. If my son was gay, I'd be actually pretty happy. Because I'd go, dude, bring in a lot of young girls. And I got a son now. That's kind of actually why I was late. I got a son, a little guy, so cute. I held him in my arms the other day, and he was making this weird face, right? He was like, like, oh, he looks so dumb. He just looks so dumb, my little son. I'm like, he's taken after his father, all right. I'm like Forrest Gump, and I have to ask my baby mama, is he like me, or is he normal? Motherfucker like me, bro. You sleep like a motherfucker. You sleep all the time, right? That baby sleeps like crazy. He goes, yep. Like, he fell asleep in my arms. Like, oh, this is probably great for my baby mom. She ain't got no problem. Breastfeeds a little bit, does her thing, and then he just sleeps. He wakes up, takes a poo, you know, goes back to sleep, wakes up, eats, go back to sleep. It's great. And you know, it's the greatest thing to do too when you're young, when you're a baby. I remember consciously when I was a baby, I remember being a baby, and I was like, I gotta sleep, I gotta get my sleep in, because dude, life is a pain in the ass. You're working constantly, dropping projects here, dropping this there. You gotta work in this society, man. You gotta work, and eventually you get to a certain point where you can't work at all, and then you get thrown to the fucking wolves. You get, like, what, welfare? You get barely any money. You get nothing. If you can't work in the society, you are struggling. And as a baby, I conceptualized that. And I remember specifically thinking, like, dude, I need my sleep now, because to make it in the society, you gotta work. You gotta work. And when I was about 4 months old, I realized that. I woke up. I was awake, but I was sleeping. I was sleeping as a baby, but I was awake. And I'm pretty sure my baby gets it. My baby actually got it faster than me. He got it on the third day. But yeah, little baby Grayson, man. Shouts out to the baby. Shouts out to my baby. Brand new baby drop. Better check it. Better check that baby. We're gonna drop a couple more babies soon, probably. Just gotta hopefully make this one special, baby. Baby, let's go. Yeah, we got no news, actually. I'm doing something special today. No news at all, because this fucking sucks. You've seen the news. I've seen the news. Holy fuck, I can't handle it. All of this shit, like, with just talking shit with like Dave Chappelle and all that stuff, and I go, yeah, it's like, dude, I guess American media and American news and American shows and all of this stuff that we're making sucks. I watched that stupid fucking show with Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh my god, The Call or something like that. The Response, The Guilty. Oh god, dude, I'm sorry, man. He sucks, dude. He should have died instead of Heath Ledger, bro. Dude, I was watching this movie, and it's like he's a 911 operator, right? and I couldn't even get through it. And it had the big reveal, and yeah, it was supposed to be like, she's actually crazy and she's the one that did it. But holy fuck, I cannot handle how fucking shitty listening to a guy's phone call was. Like, man, hello? Yes. That's what the fucking movie was. And I'm saving you I'm gonna spoil it. I'm saving it to you. And I do the warning after because I already spoiled it. That's what I do. I spoil it. It was shit. Dude, if you actually like, somehow it was like the number 3 movie on Netflix when I watched it. And I couldn't grasp it. Because a guy would come in and go, hey, we got something on the line for you. He's like, send it in. And he'd get back into the call and he'd go, yes, what? We're going to get you help. We're going to get you help. We got to get her help. We're going to get you help. Just stay calm. It was like we've all heard 911 operators. They don't care that much about their job. It was completely unrealistic. I'm sorry. You don't call back. You don't fucking call back. And he's calling the kid, and the kid's giving him the number, and you just go, that would never happen ever. First of all, the kid doesn't answer a phone. Kid lets that shit ring because he likes the sound. I remember being a kid, or I'd play games with the fucking person. Hello. Okay. No, my mom not home. It's like, why are you putting on a Mexican accent? Poor kid. You just fuck around as a child. You'd halfway through, you just hang up too. I remember I just hang up the phones. I wouldn't know. I couldn't conceptualize the voice on the other line being a human. Thought it was a machine or something. I fucking was a 6-year-old kid. You don't know too much about shit like that. You just go, okay, well, they don't know. And you call it again, thinking that or you pick it up again, thinking that it'd still be there. After hours. It just never made sense to me that kid would be that beneficial. Again, I nitpick these movies because someone has to criticize. Someone has to be the guy that go, wait a minute, that's phony. Hey, that scene right there is phony. You got to do it. You got to be the bad guy sometimes, because holy fuck, dude, it was just him on call with random shit. There was no movie. I would like to see her killing, and I stopped right after I realized it because I go, typical. It's actually the first scene. I go, she's the one. When it's like, hello, yeah, he's in, and she was pretending. I go, it sounds fake. She's fucking fault. Unless they make the. And I gotta fucking sometimes go back on saying that I think that the movie is gonna come up with that plot, because sometimes I just give the benefit of the doubt that it's just a shitty actor, and there's a lot of shitty actors out there. With the Squid Games, I go, that fucking old man is terrible at acting, but then come to find out it's a twist. So I go, okay, so I have the two things in my head. It's either they're terrible at acting, or they're setting up a twist, which, come on, man. I only like the twists, but if you can see the twists come from a mile away, they're not really twists. Or if the person acting is acting aloof, you know what I mean? Aloof. And then, it's like, come on, man. Come on, son. I did like that actor in the Alice in Borderlands, the fucking blonde guy. Something about him, man, he's like so nonchalantly coy. He's just like, so we'll see him do good. I like that. I like that type of acting. That acting is so cool. I'm fascinated by how cool that Japanese dude was. He's just like, and he backstabbed his buddy, right? He backstabbed the guy that was getting the cards or whatever. It's great idea. Even the beach guy, great. Though I think Asia has us. We thought, I think, what was it? Einstein said that, we don't know what weapons will be fought in World War III, but we know what weapons will be fought in World War World War IV will be sticks and stones. Because you assume that they're going to use his I don't think many people want to use nukes anymore, man. I think it's a lot of fucking Facebook. I think the weapons are like Facebook, Instagram, these troll farms in Russia. A lot of it's just these, and I think it's media too. It's brainwashing. Because I'm slowly like, dude, I love Asian culture now because I've watched the Squid Games back to back. I watched the fucking Alice in Borderlands, and I'm looking for new shit that of the Asian variety, because I generally like now Asian programming more. So I'm slowly learning Japanese. I'm slowly gonna try to invest myself in the Korean atmosphere. I'm slowly gonna become accepted by Asia, and I'll slowly dive into a sea of Asian women, and I'll be fucking these Asian prostitutes, right? I'll be loving them, and then I'll speak in their language. I'll say it, konnichiwa, you know what I'm saying? And she goes, hi, I speak English. Okay, well, where are you from, man? Where are you from? And I'll be putting on an Asian accent too, and I go, where are you from? And she goes, Taiwan. I go, Taiwan. No. You're from Thailand. You're from Thailand. No Taiwan. Taiwan don't exist. That's what I do. I go into the Indonesian accent. It's very racist. But you gotta appease the Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Die, dude. I'm gonna die. How has no one killed me yet? How has nobody shot me in the back of the head twice and ruled it as a suicide? Every day I go, how can I make this podcast more offensive? And you know what, man? I fucking my Asian friend invited me over. My Asian friend invited me over to Thanksgiving, dude. Last Thanksgiving, literally like a couple of days ago, and his family is so nice, man. His family's so nice. He lives in a nice house. I couldn't stop thinking about like how fucking like it was just such a good atmosphere, and I had good times. And these are all jokes, people. Like his family accepts me as fucking the friend of the family and his friend and fucking a good friend, right? And they even offered me food to take home. Like I hope they don't think I'm like struggling, because I am. But I don't want them to think that I'm struggling. It's so funny. And his dad's nice, and his mom's so super nice, and his sisters, they're all fucking all very nice. And I asked them like, hey, I'm having trouble with just had a baby, and they gave me some advice and shit, and it's nice. It's just nice and beautiful. And I just love like the atmosphere there. It's a big family, and I really appreciated Thanksgiving with my friend, and it happened to be Asian, but I feel bad making those jokes now. So I would say, before anybody else is able to do it, I'm gonna cancel myself. I'm canceling the weekend show with Mediumjay, because I hit too hard for what I truly believe in, right? I was racist. It was racist to say about those Asians. But again, my buddy's Laos, and he would be like, fuck them Taiwanese, motherfucker. Asian. So like, he'd go, fuck the Philippines. Yeah, my buddy's Laos. So Laos, they don't give a fuck about any, because everybody thinks you don't even know what Laos. I'm not even too sure, but he's like Laos, so he's like, man, fuck them Filipinos, fuck them Chinese niggas, fuck them Asian motherfucking Japanese motherfuckers, the eyes like this, fuck them fucking Taiwanese motherfuckers, fuck them Thailand niggas, and fuck the shit out of the motherfucking Koreans, nigga. North and south, nigga. This Laos side. That's what he said. You just go on like Riley from Boondocks. He'd go on about like how fucking every single Asian sucks except him. Just, you gotta admit that that's like the lone wolf Asian, the Laos. And I respect the shit out of Asian culture, all of it, hands down, all of it. Even North Korea, love them, love what they're doing over there. But yeah, I think I am really fascinated by Asian culture. I do like the honorable and the way they're making their shows. I don't think I've really stressed this enough. The Korean drama with the Squid Games and Alice in Borderlands, none of it is woke. Like, an Asian woman is like, I can't do that. And an Asian man goes out, let's step aside, I'm strong. In American, you'd go the way the woman would do it. The woman would go and complete the task that a man shouldn't do. You know, she had to open the pickle jar or something. And it's just, sometimes you just need that non-PC shit. And that's why these shows are doing so well, and they're whooping our ass, man, because holy fuck, I can't watch another fucking reboot of fucking, how many times do we need a Spider-Man's gay, Captain America's gay, Superman's now bisexual. I'm pretty sure in the lore of the bisexual Superman, he's able to suck a penis clean off. He's strong enough, his jaw game is strong enough that he can suck the soul. He could literally suck the soul out of his enemies. Sucking dick. Superman's out there sucking dick, dude. Why? These are fake people. He's the strongest person. I don't even think he likes sex. Why did they make him like Lois? It doesn't make sense that he should be in love with. He's literally an alien. He wouldn't fall in love with Earth. He would have ruled it. He would have been a dick. He would have been worse than Hitler, dude. That's what he would have done, because that would have been beneficial. He would have been sitting on his throne like Scarface with a bunch of cocaine, because Superman can do cocaine. That's just what it is. He would be able to do cocaine, and he would complete his tasks even faster than he would sober. You know what? I think Superman would also probably fly around the world super ripped, and he'd be going back in time, and he'd be like, yeah, just be watching time go backwards in opposite rotation, and he'd be like high, tripping ball. I'm sure he would do that for fun. You know what I mean? Why is Superman so responsible? That's actually a question that irks me to this day. But then they have him bisexual, right? And Captain America's gay, which I with the tights, these guys run around with tights. It kind of makes sense. It does kind of make sense. But the weird thing is, it's like, what are they gonna make Batman now? Like Batman's now like, you know what? Robin, get the Batmobile, sir. You donated that to a cancer society for a lucky boy that is dealing with cancer. Oh, jeez. What about the Bat Belt, sir? You donated that to Goodwill. You felt guilty about you took a page out of Elon Musk's book, and you're living in an apartment right now. We don't have a lot of equipment to fight crime, Batman. Well, at least those kids are doing okay. They're not doing okay because they got robbed by the Joker and the Riddler. They got robbed as soon as you walked away, and it's stupid, man. What is like Spider-Man's gonna? I do like the new Spider-Man, but again, it's kind of weird because The new Spider-Man, it relied heavily on Tony Stark, and Tony Stark just left. He had to kill him off. So I don't know. Guess like maybe movies are just destined to suck nowadays. Well, unless you choose to just go against the grain. Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought sucked. To be honest, I thought sucked. But then now that I looked at the majority of movies that came out within the 2-year time frame, it's good in the sense that it's a man being a man, right? Brad Pitt doing his thing, finally being a man. And then there was a couple of movies where you could watch Brad Pitt. He's that lieutenant general on Netflix, and he did that run where he was running like this. Wasn't really a man in that scenario and in that movie, but he was a man in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Leonardo DiCaprio was the kind of bitch man, but he was still like, it was still a whole kind of scene where he was acting, and he was acting like a man. And there was actually, for a Quentin Tarantino movie, there was not a lot of N-words dropped, which was nice. I was like, oh, it's refreshing. Maybe a woke culture got to him. But then the scene where, and this is weird because my mom doesn't like violence, but she was like, I liked it. That scene was brutal and it was fucking good. I got to see it again. And it was just Brad Pitt beating the shit. It was gore porn, beating the shit out of the family that murdered Sharon Tate. I was gonna say Tate McRae for a second. Someone check on Tate McRae. She is doing. I haven't heard from her in a while. Hopefully she's doing good. Like the music, but yeah, Shannon Tate, and just beat the shit out of her. Right, and that was like one of those things where it's like, okay, this isn't woke, right? And I was watching it, and I kind of realized while I was watching it, I go, ooh. But then I realized I'm not offended by it. I just go, dude, it's been so long since I seen shit like that my body couldn't really process it, and my brain was like, I guess the endorphins hit. And I was like, I love violence. I love playing video games and shooting a person in the face and watching his brains explode. I seldomly care for conflicts that result in peaceful protests that actually are peaceful, and actual fucking like actual shots in the head and people just dying. And the best part is like in Alice in Borderland with what was it, Agani? I think it was Agani. The guy that was just a killer, dude. The guy that ended up getting burned at the end. And then people go, no, please. And he'd just go, and he'd walk around with his AK gun. Oh, dude, walk around with his gun all day, dude. He was an attractive guy, too. I'll admit that. He was a good-looking guy. I was fascinated by his eyes. I'll admit that. And and then the weird, creepy guy with the sword, that was a guy that was like kind of a minor character, to be honest. They shouldn't have gave his backstory on that. But the guy with the gun, they should have gave more story on that guy. The non-give a fuck. I got my AK, and he just or whatever, his M16, and he just be shooting people like at the hip. He didn't care. He had a sniper rifle, dude. All of that shit in that movie was like, movie. And Alice in Borderlands, that scene was great. And the guy that is torn, the militant guy took over. That's how shit gets taken over. That's how dictators become. That's how whether it's a dictator or democracy, all of it is the same. You just come in and show up and take over, and no one knows who gets into politics. How do you get into politics? You just walk up in there and you say, listen, I'm running. And you go, you need these amount of votes. Then you fraudulently pretend that you're getting the votes. You just hack the system. Whatever it is that you do now is not what they make you do. They only get, here's the thing. You get the list of rules, and you do what you did with what I did at the Squid Games. You just rip that up, the rules. You rip up the rules. You don't need rules to fucking run for Congress. You don't need morals or efficacy. in Congress. You just fucking run. You just do it. You be the piece of shit that you need to be. You kind of string the public along by saying some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But at the end, dude, you gotta murder a lot of people that get in your way. A lot of people. I keep waking up to dreams. I keep having this same dream. It's a reoccurring dream where Justin Trudeau is beating the shit out of fucking native children. It's just beating I keep having this dream, dude. It's the weirdest dream, and he's just constantly beating and choking and violently hurting these young native children. And I wish I was fucking around. I just wake up and I go, oh God, just. And you know, the fucking prostitute that I'm laying next to, she goes, "Are you having that dream again?" I go, "Who are you?" I don't know these prostitutes. You know what I mean? But they know me well enough that I have that dream all the time. I think that's it for the weekend show. I think that's holy fuck, man. I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think I talked about enough stuff. I missed today. I missed last weekend, came in today, so we're gonna be offset. I'll probably have to offshoot it again. Wait another 10 days or so to be the next weekend, because this weekend's gonna count on this weekend. It's not that I'm late. I took a week off. I had a kid. I had a son. My son, and you know how it is, man. My son, I gotta make sure that this little motherfucker ain't vaccinated. They're already trying to vaccinate the little guy, trying to fucking do shit. We're gonna get him circumcised and shit, and all of this stuff. So we're gonna do what we need to do. Co-parenting, and make sure that little guy has everything he needs, and so I've been busy, right? I got this mixtape, dog. I have Mortals Make Messiahs. It's dropping. Again, I want to apologize because with COVID-19 and all this shit made it very difficult to record. So there's going to be a bonus. There's going to be a deluxe album version of the album. There's going to be more in it's part one. Getting Mortals Make Messiahs Part 1. You could pre-order that shit right now if you really want to. But I would say don't even pre-order it. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't pre-order my fucking shit, bro. Pre-order? You want to pre-order? You get fucked every time you get pre-order. The pre-orders for the people that want to support and generally are not really like, some people look at me in the eyes and go, "Jay, your shit is good. Like, you are the best rapper." And I go, oof, no, not even close. You think I'm that good? But then they go, no, they pull me aside and they get close to me and they go, "Dude, no, you're fucking good, dude. I live by what you say." And I go, oh, geez, it's one of these guys, right? I go, oh, gosh. Oof, I just make it up. And he goes, "That's the point. You're good because you made it up." I go, okay. You know what I mean? Some people aren't really fascinated by me, and those are the people that I say pre-order. If you're like, I kind of like him, but if you want to support my child, pre-order that shit. Pre-order. I'm gonna be honest though, you get fucked with pre-orders. I just think that because you're buying something that you have yet to see, and there's no sometimes you'll get like a couple of tracks. Once you pre-order it, you get you get this, you get that. You're getting nothing with this pre-order. You're getting a middle finger. I actually will if someone does pre-order it, I'm gonna email me giving them the finger, because I honestly don't believe in pre-orders. I don't. I am gonna make some shirts though. There's gonna be some shirts, Mortals Make Messiahs shirts, and I will. And you know what? If someone says, "Hey, listen, man, I pre-ordered it," and they show me the buy ticket, I might have to send you guys, but you'll have to send me your address, and we'll do it live over the podcast. So we'll be doxing you, and I'll send you a Mortals Make Messiahs shirt. Mortals Make Messiahs, October 31st. Get the shirt. You want to pre-order it? Get the shirt. You get the shirt. You're pretty much paying for the shirt. $15 pre-order, but it's gonna be plus. Yeah, I mean the shirt's worth. Oh, the shirt's worth one of a kind. It's fucking one in one. There's only 10 shirts that's ever gonna be made. I'm only gonna make 10. That's what I do. I'm like Supreme with the drops, cash leaders. Well, those shirts, I only have 2. I had at least 20 shirts, cash leaders, and I scattered them all across the 4 corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, dude, we need a cash leader shirt. And I go, I'm sorry, I only got 2 left. Yeah, 20, dude. I know. Thanos is coming. Thanos got all. Yes, he's getting 6 of the shirts. That's the goal, though. If I keep making shirts, they become useless. So I do about 10 every 10 years. This is 1 a year. That averages out. But yeah, we'll keep talking about the shirts. There's a lot of shirts out there, and I feel like with Supreme and things like, even Elon Musk does like those things where it's like you can only get like 200 of them. That I like that idea because it makes it rare, and I like rare things. People like rare things. If you can go to the store and get you can get a polo shirt any single day of the week, so it's not that rare, you know what I mean? So you don't mind paying, you'll just wait till it gets 50% off. Or you wait till it pops up in Winners and you go, okay, I'll just buy that fucking polo shirt. But bro, you're not gonna get Immortals Make Messiah shirt. You're not going to. They're not gonna hand them out to you. The media's not gonna find out. Unless a shirt bot gets into it. Because I'm really talking it up, so the algorithm, once this is uploaded to YouTube, is gonna pop up and it's gonna have like $14.99. I go, God damn it, dude, that's the price of the album pre-sales. You know what I mean? A shirt bot is gonna steal my idea because I still gotta make these shirts, right? Handcrafted. I'm making them myself. And I'm fucking got the album cover, the shirt, the logo. The only thing I can't really tell the shirt bot not to do is to fucking don't make them in like fancier colors than my shirt bot. Please, listen, I know the bot's already probably processing it through the algorithm. I'm already recording and my recording device is connected to the internet, so pretty sure fucking FBI is watching. But the only thing I can hope for, shirt bot, is don't make it look better. Don't make it look better than the shirts, because you already know it conceptually in my head. You got my emails, and I've been going back and forth with the guy that's designing it. Please, shirt bot. Shirt bot. Oh gosh, for the people that don't know, this is kind of dragging out, but for the people that don't know what a shirt bot is like when somebody talks about wanting to buy a shirt, like a shirt, I don't know, I want to buy a Disney shirt. Instantly, a bot on some fucking server, some website, will just click into Disney t-shirts and then fucking create its own shirts that are fucking, you know what I mean, or like a joke at all. Whenever you comment something like, dude, I would want this on a shirt. If this was on a shirt, I would buy it. Instantly, that fucking bot gets to work creating shirts and available prices for the person that thought about buying that said shirt. Whether it's a comment on something, graffiti, something, it just creates shirts. That's what it is. It's just a bot, an algorithm that processes, and it's honestly, I think it's better than actual shirt people makers, like actual people makers, actual clothing designers. Yeah, that's what it's called. People making shirts, guys. There's a guy, right, and he's making a shirt, a clothing designer. I think it is because it's like, dude, it's just designed to find out exactly what somebody wants as soon as they make a comment saying, I want. And to be honest, I don't think anybody wants these shirts. Mortals Make Messiahs. You don't want these shirts. Reverse psychology. You don't want these shirts. You don't want them. You don't want these shirts. To be honest, I don't really want them. But I want them. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You gotta collect a couple of. But yo, Mortals Make Messiahs album cover on place. Like imagine Mortals Make Messiahs right here. Album cover. I'm gonna give it to my buddy Narv. I know he's been waiting. Show so Narv. Wrap this bitch up. I don't know. Just one thing I want to get off my chest is I'm not racist, man. I have a lot of Asian friends. Well, I have one. It's been a weekend show with Mediumjay, and I got a friend that's Asian. I also have a friend that's black. I also have a friend that's native. I also have a friend that's actually, you know what? I do have a friend that's actually transitioned fully. Once he transitioned, I stopped being his friend, I stopped talking to him. But he's still my friend. He can call me anytime, but she can't, because I'm sexist.